Hey, thanks for tuning in. This is day 94 in the journey to the Psalms. We are in Psalms 91. And let's open up to it if I can find it. I usually have it like pinned in. It's not this time. Okay, Psalms 91. It reads, He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will abide in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say to the Lord, my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. For he will deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the deadly pestilence. He will deliver you from the snare of the fowler and the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with his I have no idea what that says. Pinions, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness is a shield and a buckler. You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrows that fly by the day, nor the pestilence, can't say it either, nor the pestilence that stalk in the darkness, nor the destruction that waste at noonday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only see with your eyes and see the recompense of the wicked, because you have made the Lord your God your dwelling place, the Most High, who is a refuge. No evil shall be allowed to befall you, no plague comes near your tent. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. On your hands they will bear with you, lest you strike your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the adder, the young lion and the serpent. You will trample on the foot, because he holds fast to me in love. I will deliver him. I will protect him, because he knows my name. When he calls to me, I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will rescue him and honor him with long life, and I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Verse 7, 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000s at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only look with your eyes and see the recompense of the wicked. That two verses carried me in so many different situations. One situation is earlier this year. My job was laying people off left and right, and I thought I thought that I was going to get laid off next, and I did not, because God was protecting me, just like the verse says. God protects His people. We will see all these people around us fall, and get fired, lose their job. Um, you name it. Bad things happen, but for some reason it doesn't happen to you. It's because God is protecting you. Whenever, when it says, he who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will abide in the shadow of the Almighty. I think of a bird. I think of a bird with the wings, with the bird and with the wings covering up her babies. Her babies are being covered by the shadow of the wings. Her babies are being covered by the the wings and for protection. That's what God does with his people. He covers us. He protects us. He covers us from harm. Now not always. I'm not saying that we're going to experience a walk in the park, because even a bird will grab her babies and throw them out the nest after that season of protection. And God is the same way. He'll grab us and throw us out there into the world. Say, have at it, but I'm going to be with you. See, a baby bird, the bird leaves the babies. If they live, they live. If they die, they die. God doesn't do that with us. He throws us out the net of protection for a season, but then He goes with us. He goes before us. He continues to protect us and shelter us. His faithfulness does not leave us. In verse 4 it says, under his wings you will find refuge, like a bird. Her babies find refuge under her wings. There's a season we're the same way. God, when we choose to do something, I'm going to get to that point. When we choose to do this one thing, we're going to find shelter. We're going to find refuge in Jesus Christ. We're going to find a shield, protection in Jesus Christ. But there is something that we have to do on our end as Christians. Verse 15, when he calls on me, I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will rescue him and honor him with long life, and I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. It says, when he calls on me, we have to call on God, and we will be able to experience this refuge. We'll be able to experience the shelter of God, the refuge of God, the faithfulness of God, the shield of God. But we have to call on God. It's easy. I can sit here and talk about it for another 20 minutes and bore you to death. But the truth is, we want all these things in life. We want a good paying job, a nice house to live in, a lot of money in the bank account. But what about God? What about relationship with God? It says in Matthew 6:33, I believe, first seek the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added on to you. Everything needs to start with God. When bad things happen, sometimes we like to go and try to figure everything out, solve all of the problems. And then when we fail at the end, we're like, "Oh, I guess I'll just pray to God. Maybe I'll just turn to God." No, turning to God is the number one thing, the first thing you do in all of those seasons. It's not that hard. Just call on His name and turn to Him. And I promise you, you're going to experience the God of faithfulness, the God of refuge, the God of protection, the God who spreads His wings around you and shelters you and protects you and casts a shadow over you. He loves you so much. He wants you. He wants a relationship with you. With that being said, that's day 94, and I hope you have a great week or a great night. I'll see you tomorrow, and a happy new year.